Hello friends, in our previous class we have discussed about what are scalars and what are vectors, magnitude and direction. These things we have discussed in our previous class. Now we will be concentrating on transformation of scalar and vector under rotation. Okay, so here I am staying along with my friends, along with my friend I can say it as. So there is a third friend who invited us to his home, which is located 50 kilometers from our location. So we thought of going in different ways. So I might take a bus or he might take a bike. So I'm going by bus with reference to x and y frames. In x and y frame I'm moving in bus, but whereas my friend x dash and y dash reference frame, in x dash and y dash reference frame, he's taking a bike to reach point A, right? So the magnitude is of same what we have discussed in our previous class, so 50 kilometers, but I'm going in x direction I'm moving 30 kilometers, and in y direction I'll be moving for 40 kilometers. But whereas my friend took a different path, which is x dash distance in x dash plane and y dash distance in y dash plane, but we reached the same point A, right? So here the magnitude is of same, but components of this vectors are getting changed with respect to me and my friend. So the difference in these things we need to calculate. In which frame, at what amount of angle he assumed that he will be moving in order to identify that, we are going to calculate, we are going to derive some sort of equations, right? So here are the statements. Scalar quantity, which is a number, remains unchanged, and the components of vector change from one frame to another frame. That is, as here I took example like my referential frame, that is I'm going by bus and he is going by bike. So here we'll be seeing that the differences with respect to a clear view. So here the same reference frames I have drawn over here, and with the same amount of angle orientation. So here I moved from O to B, and then B to A I moved, but whereas my friend O to B dash, he moved here, O to B dash he moved, and B dash to A he moved. Okay, so here whatever the terms you will be seeing on this dash, that is on top of an alphabet, if you find a dash, those are referential indices, and without those suffix, those things, I'll be considering it as a normal frame one. Okay, so here OB can be considered as x, similarly OB dash considered as x dash over here, and similarly BA can be considered as y, here B dash A considered as y dash. Okay, so this is what we have assumed. So the point which is we are drawing a perpendicular to x-axis from point B, that thing we will be considering it as a point C dash, and we are going to extend y dash to backward such that we can draw a perpendicular to y dash axis from point B, so that these will be meeting at a particular point, and this thing. Okay, so here now I'll be taking a reference frame distance x dash, will be considering it as x dash is equal to OC dash plus CB dash, that is I have split it from O to C, and C dash plus OC dash plus C dash B dash, right? Again this C dash B dash we can split it into C dash D and DB dash. So this can be written as BD plus AD of sine theta. Similarly OC dash from this triangle OC dash and B, we can write it as x cos theta. Okay, so if we simplify it, we'll be remained with x dash is equal to x cos theta plus y sin theta. So we need to derive now y dash component. Y dash can be given as y dash is equal to minus x sin theta plus y cos theta. How we got is the total component we have considered it as y cos theta with respect to the shaded region of gray color. Y cos theta can be given as y dash minus x sin theta, as x sin c dash b, and this b dash star. Okay, So upon splitting and simplifying, we'll be remained with y dash is equal to minus x